Hello traders, this is day number 52 of small cap market open test trading, written a plan specifically to trade small cap stocks. We are now 63 trades into that test. We want to make it 100 before we decide how profitable this plan is and are there changes to be made. I already know there's 2 changes I'm going to make to the plan before we go full position size, but everything is looking really good so far. So today we took a trade on FRO. You can see it right here. I always use my small cap screener organized by volume to pick my stocks, and there's other specific screener criteria that must be met. It's all written in detail in my trading plan. If you're interested in that trading plan, it is available on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/tradingarmor. I do also release live videos unedited of my entire trade day. So today we recorded over an hour of live trading, and that's what we're going to use for the recap. I'm not going to give you all the details, but we'll go over some of them. So here you can see FRO on the chart, and I've got a couple of levels that I want to see broken. Again, in the live video, I tell you explicitly what those levels are, why they matter, all that kind of stuff. And then I take one trade. Today happened to be a one and done trade. This entry was perfect. It was an ideal entry. The trade setup is a little bit weird, and again, I talk about that in detail in the live video, but it's not the textbook setup. It is the setup according to the plan, but there's some details in the plan that had to be met before I could take the entry. They were met, so I took the entry. I had to take this entry according to my plan. So it wasn't like I bent the rules, broke the rules, or anything like that. Everything was according to plan, but it's just not the best example. It's not like a textbook example of the setup that we take. So anyway, but everything is not always cut and dry in trading. So let me just show you the entry live. Let's back it up. Okay, so I'm waiting for 814. So I want to see this 813 level broken before I take an entry. So I'm waiting for 814 on the price bubble. So this little green box here that says 813, there we go, 814. You can see I trigger my hotkeys. I have my hotkeys set up to automatically place a stop loss and profit target. If I remember, I'll show you that setup in just a moment. And it's really nice because no matter what, you've got a bracket order out there, which means you're protected. And now I'm using my XR calculator. I call it XR because if you see that reward factor, let me see, I'm just trying to get back to that section of the video. But if you saw the reward factor here, that can be anything. So that's why I call it XR. You can put any number you want in there. Right now in this plan, we're just holding the 2R. That will change once the test is complete. Sorry for the noise in the background. We've got the Roomba going and it's bumping into my door. So we've got the profit target in place according to the calculator. This math is really easy, but it isn't always. So I just like to get in the habit of using that calculator. That's all. So now we're just looking at FRO on one single chart. And at this point, the trade is really done as far as I'm concerned. There's only 2 outcomes that can happen, and either of them are good. The stop loss gets hit, we lose -1R in the trade, or the profit target gets hit, and we get +2R in the trade. Of course, ideally, we want to see the profit target get hit, but the reason why either outcome is good is because they both were an outcome that is part of my trading plan, right? So anyway, if we did get stopped out, we would take the next entry. So this is our very first entry on the trade, which is more than likely to fail according to my statistics. And tomorrow's Friday, so I'll show you my spreadsheet tomorrow and we'll talk about those statistics and why the first entry is more likely to fail. So anyway, I'm just letting this trade play out. And because I stuck to my plan 100%, and again, I talk about this a lot in the live video, is you'll see this choppiness. And if you're a newer trader, you may be tempted, especially when you see a pop like this, finally, after all of this choppiness. We've been in the trade now for at least 15 minutes. I don't know when this started, but Let's see, back here around, yeah, at least 20-25 minutes probably by this point. And finally we get a nice pop. If you're a new trader, you're going to be tempted to pull that profit target down or maybe move your stop loss up so that you can guarantee a green trade. Well, that is absolutely not what you want to do, because if you're trading with a plan, which you shouldn't be trading if you don't have a plan, your plan should tell you exactly where your profit target is and where your stop loss is. And if you change that stuff in the middle of the trade, you're going to destroy your statistics. Your statistics will have absolutely no meaning. So anyway, I'll go over those tomorrow on the spreadsheet. So let's just watch the trade play out and see what happened here. So again, it's showing lots of uncertainty, but I don't care. I've already got this trade done. So let me just show you live where that hit. And again, another interesting thing happened. Again, whenever we enter into a trade, we are buying the ask. Whenever we're selling to the bid, right? Because that's who's buying the share from us is the bidders, right? So that's what this order is. It's an order to sell to the bid at 828. So the bid price has to come up to 828. It looks like at one point the ask price came up to 828 right here. So we did not get filled, but again, we need that bid price. So you can see stuff like this happen during the trade. Do not pull your profit target down unless you want to destroy your statistics. Look how it went to 828, came back down to 827. There's a very real possibility at this point that it could in time come all the way down and stop us out. But again, discipline is the most important thing. Sticking to the plan, that's part of the discipline. So that's all we're doing right now, is just sticking to the plan, letting things play out, and then finally it does come back up and the bid comes up to 828 and we get filled. I think this thing did go to 830 eventually and then came back down. So we can look at that on the chart right now in real time. Yeah, so there's 830, we got filled at 828 and it came all the way back down. I had no idea that was going to be the top. It might go higher later. We're still tracking to see if the 3R target gets hit. But anyway, the main message here in this video is to stick to your plan. First of all, you got to have a trading plan. If you're a new trader, you probably don't have one. That's really one of the first things that you do want to work on once you get an idea of how you want to trade, the type of setups that you want to take. You got to start working on a plan and developing rules. And again, I do have all that stuff available, not trying to sell anything to you. But if you're interested, if you have no idea where to start, then I do have trading plans available here on my Patreon page. Got all kinds of stuff available, the calculators, trading plans, rules, and live videos. So check that out if you're interested. If not, that's absolutely fine as well. If you have any questions about this trade or any other, let me know in the comment section below. As always, go into every single trade with a plan, stick to it no matter what. Always take your stop losses, honor your profit target, and in the long run, you should be green. Take care.